Hey there, Riotters! Welcome back to part 2 of Resident Evil 1 HD. First thing we're going to do is look at the bed. A well-used bed. And over here are stuff and things. There are several kinds of serum here. Many of them are of a sickly color. Keep those in mind because we're going to need them later on in this episode. And we're pretty much going to be dumping off everything here. Don't need that. Don't need ammo. We don't need the lighter or the acid rounds for a while. And we definitely don't need that. So we only need the 2 keys and the shotgun for now. And we're ready to go. For the time being, we don't have that much shotgun ammo, which kind of blows. It kind of sucks donkey balls, but that doesn't last for too long. Eventually we end up kind of actually overloaded with too many. Anyway, we want to go back to that hallway that we were in earlier, and the best way to do that is to go through here, and you'll see what I mean. It's the one with that crimson head laying down in it, and yeah, these guys. So we want to go around here, quickly run. Otherwise, you don't want to run into that guy because he will ruin your day, trust me. He will definitely piss on your parade. So this is our first puzzle room of sorts. I will read these. There's an inscription on the shield. What does it say? Death is only the beginning. Ooh. And we'll read this one too. The friendly looking one. There's an inscription on the shield. Death is the true essence of bliss. Okay, someone's a dark McEdgelord. And here's the key. We're going to ignore that for now and we'll read this thing over here. There's an inscription on the shield. Death is everything. This guy sounds like he really just needs a big hug. And of course the door is locked. An emblem of a helmet is carved into the lock. Nothing to fear, we will be returning here much later, because there is a boss fight, so we can look forward to that. Okay, let's examine this key. May whoever takes this emblem find peace in death. Well, for starters, that is a key, not an emblem. Will you take the mansion key? Yes. I don't know, can a key be an emblem? I don't know. But anyway, when you take it, it of course triggers a trap, much like the Jill sandwich section. Whoever designed these traps obviously started running out of ideas and was repeating them. So let's put the imitation back. I'll replace it with the imitation key. We'll do the old switcheroo. And look at that, voila! The trap has been defeated. So we can start heading back now. Yeah, that's right, get back there in your home. Okay, so we're going back to where that corridor was where the Crimson Head guy stood up, but don't worry about that because he actually spawns in a different area now, so we can just run straight through to the door. Watch this, see? See? No problem. But he is just around the corner, so don't mess with that. And now to return back to this room. Ah, the staircase, and as you can hear, the crows are out and about now, so just ignore them. They don't do anything, so just leave them alone. But as you can see, the corpse that was here before is missing, so that's pretty interesting. He doesn't necessarily spawn anywhere or do anything, it just kind of adds to the tension, if you will. But what we are doing right now is we are actually going back to the dining room and then back to the main hall, because what we want to do is we want to go to the second floor and we're going to get a new gun, the grenade launcher, from the dead body of a friend, so... And we really need this weapon too, especially for the later parts of the game, so you definitely don't want to miss this one, you have to get it, it's like a necessity. But anyway, my dear lovely little rioters, please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on my Let's Play and this game in general, because I like hearing other people's thoughts and opinions on things, and I like interacting with everyone as well, so let me know. Anyway, we just use the mansion key, so let's go through. I do like the extra little thing you can do in this room, actually. I mean, I'm not going to do it, because I am trying to be a bit careful with some ammo. Like, I don't want to go spending too much just yet, but it is pretty cool. Like, you can resurrect the guy and end up killing him. But we're not going to do it. We're going to play it safe. Let's just examine this stuff here. Yeah. So you get the dagger. A foliage plant. Someone was using the bench in place of a stand. Maybe it was our buddy here who doesn't look too good. Looks like he's seen better times. Forrest is his name, I believe. Yeah. Forrest has given up the ghost. Okay. Looks like he's been dead for a while. Given up the ghost. That's an interesting term for dead. Will you take the grenade launcher? Yes, we certainly will. And if you go up there, as I just mentioned before, you can make him come back to life, and then you have to kill him because he's like blocking your way and he's really powerful and stuff. But we're not going to do that. Who knows? If I play, as I said before, if I replay this as Chris, I might do things a little bit differently. Like I may actually do that. But I don't know. I'm just not the best in the world at this game, and I've only completed it like once. So I just don't want to be too brave. I mean, yeah, I know where to go and where things are and stuff like that, but when it comes to actual survival, like the battling part and the like trying to get around and dodge enemies, I'm really not the best. But right now, we're about to meet one of our more unfortunate friends. He's not doing too good. He's in a pretty bad way.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're on a mission to save our dick. So this just involves us going back to the save room near the staircase before. So let's do that. We'll run back through here. Who's up for some backtracking? Because we have a little bit of that now. Although that's pretty common in survival horror games like this, so we should all be used to it by now, right? Anyway, so we do have a time limit on this. I think it's about 5 minutes to get the serum, or 10. If you take longer than that, Richard will die. And as I mentioned before as well, we have to run in this direction, because the zombie that was over here has now switched. See, he's over there now. So you get a nasty little surprise if you're not expecting that, and you run the normal way, because you're expecting to just make it straight to the door in one piece, and all of a sudden this zombie grabs onto you. And now a zombie's trying to bust through the door, so we're in for good times. We're not going to bother messing around with him if we can help it, because we are in a hurry. So let's run down here, run back into the save room, and the serum, remember the serum that's a sickly color? We're going to grab some of that crap, and then we're heading back to Richard, so there's nothing really slowing us down and preventing us from getting back within the time limit, but for now we're just going to grab the, we need the lighter. I didn't really need to drop that off last time, but I did, because I'm a silly sausage. But we're going to go back now to Richard, and we've saved him, which was one of the things, one of the goals that I really want to accomplish on this, besides get all weapons and get all files. And where's the zombie? What are we going to do with him? We'll have to blast his ass. Boom! Oh! Took his head off. That's good. That's good. That means we don't have to bother with him anymore. I thought if worse came to worse, like what, we would have knocked him down and then he comes back as a Crimson Head later. So that wouldn't be good. And I also don't want to take the time to have to burn him. But no, that was like best case scenario. That turned out really good. So now we just have to return to Richie boy and see how he's holding up. And as far as that statue goes there, the one that's holding the gem that we need for a puzzle later on, you don't actually have to push that down. Like, you can save time by just not doing it, because later on, when the hunters start appearing, I believe like the statue gets already pushed down. I think it's supposed to be by one of the hunters. So you could just collect the crystal, the gem, when it's on the floor beneath in the dining room. So that's just a little time-saving tip there. But anyway, we've made it back to Richard.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it. Does it ever not hurt?
Suck it up, princess.
I'm okay. The others...
Okay, so we're going to leave poor Richard to sit there and have a little bit of a rest while we explore ahead. Now, there is a zombie in here, and the best way, I think, to deal with him without getting hit is to go up here. And we'll wait for him to slowly get to us when he's ready. Aim the gun up and... Ah, shit. Okay, well that really gets me down. I was hoping to decapitate him like I do sometimes when I run through this. Ah, that really gets me down. Anyway. It just means that we may have to deal with him as a Crimson Head later when we return here, but... Oh well. We'll deal with that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, this room is the reason why we needed the lighter. So you get the handgun ammo, but if you go to get other stuff in the room, look what happens. It's too dark to see much of anything. So that's why we need to light this up. An unlit candlestick. You know how I feel about things being unlit. Let's make it lit. So then once you light that, boom! More ammo for a gun that we're no longer using. But we'll get it anyway. For those of you that like using the handgun, there you go. We need to push this side. Here we go. Got a little bit losted there for a moment. And there's a zombie in here too. Ah, damn it. I was too slow. I'm not doing too good here, actually. Will you take the dagger? Yeah. See, I should have been able to kill him in one hit, but instead I used two. Anyway, we got the musical score. Let's just examine that. What is it? The beginning and the last section of the music are missing. It's for, what is it? Moonlight Sonata, which we use on the piano. I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but I just like saying stuff anyway for the sake of commentary. I mean, I have to talk about something, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to this hallway, which I really don't like, the one with the two zombies in it. And we're going to go into the room with the knights. So let's do that. So say bye to Richard. We'll be seeing him again shortly. But in this corridor, I'm not sure how I'm going to do, because I'm still not good at the whole dodging thing, you know, the whole dodging mechanic. And I know there's a zombie right here. Oh, okay. There's a magic key. Okay, that was easy. He was about to grab me then, but he couldn't. So that was easy because he was far away. I was just glad he wasn't too close to that corner. Okay, here we go. This is a little bit of a wee bit of a puzzle, but I know how to do it. It's pretty simple. Woe to those who disturb my sleep. There's a switch here. Press it. Okay, you want to say no to begin with. But all we need to do is we need to push this knight first. And then we push the bottom left one. And we push the bottom right one. And that should be it. Bob's your monkey's uncle. And then we press the switch. Yes. We'll press it this time, and then we get whatever the hell this is, this box. So let's grab that. Mysterious box. Will you take the jewelry box? Sure. Might as well. And now if we examine this, there's a switch where you press the switch. Yes. There's a switch on each side. So yes, we'll press this switch as well, and look at that, a mask! There was a mask inside. Death mask. It's a mask without eyes, nose, or mouth. So there, we've got one out of, how many? 4, so we've got 3 to go. Okie dokie then, let's get out of here. So we need to go back, we need to dodge both of those zombies in here. Not sure how we're gonna go, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Damn it. I'm not gonna bother shooting him. Try and dodge this guy. Oh, for frick's sake. Well, there goes my daggers, my defensive daggers. Ah, man. Things started off in this walkthrough, like this playthrough, let's play. They started off really well, and now they're kind of like going, you know, doing a 180 and everything's going wrong. Anyway, let's read this. I have some bullets in the room on the right. Feel free to use them if you manage to get yourself in trouble. Barry. Oh, isn't he a nice guy? Well, as it turns out, we are in trouble, Barry, so thank you very much. Let's see what good old Barry left us, shall we? In this little room. So he left us... Okay, so it looks like fire grenade rounds and health. That's pretty good. So, before I save, I'm just going to store some stuff that I don't need for the time being. So the mask, you know, obviously handgun ammo. What else? I don't think we need the lighter anymore. What else? Okay. Well, obviously I need the ink ring to save. So, I'm going to save now, and I'll see you guys very, very, very shortly. Oh, and look at that, we're back. Just like magic. Okay, let's pick up the stuff that Barry left us. It's just a first aid spray. And we also got the fire rounds for the grenade launcher. What are they called? Sinuary rounds. They come in very, very handy later on, so we definitely need those. But let's store the stuff that we don't need, such as what we just picked up. So we'll put those back there, save them for later, get rid of that, and get rid of the ink ribbons. Okay, so let's head on up. We're going up the stairs now to go back to this room where we're going to see Barry again, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen Barry in a moment. So it's going to be pretty cool to see him again and to do this little bug puzzle that we have to do. But there's also there's another room here that we have to check out before we go see Barry and do the bug puzzle, just to get some extra little items. It's just down here. But let's look at this first. So there's a large scratch in this wall. It doesn't look like the work of those rotting freaks. That's because it wasn't zombies. That would be made by our little friends known as the Hunters. And oh boy, I can't wait to catch up to those guys. That's going to be really jolly. So here we have, will you take the first aid box? Yes, hopefully we don't need it for a while. There's nothing in the drawers or on the shelves. Well, that's very unfortunate. These footprints look like they're headed straight through the bed. Okay. Well, we're done in here. There's nothing else really that we need in here, so we're going to go and see Barry in the door on the opposite end of this little room here. So let's go meet him. Use the lockpick. Now this is interesting. Barry is in here reading, but we had to use a lockpick to get in here. So did he like lock the door behind him? Look at this. Ish.
Jill.
Barry, I didn't mean to get you that excited.
Right. Anyway, you should read this.
Researcher's will. A letter is slipped inside. The top part of the letter is torn off. The rest of the letter is legible. Alma, I have tried to survive only to see you again, but my efforts only delayed the inevitable. I am infected, and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. Okay. My love for you. Aww. In an hour I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand, please know that I am sorry. Martin Crackhorn. Oh, isn't that sad?
What do you make of it?
Well, I guess we were right about this mansion being quite unnatural.
You have a way with understatements.
Where's the part that's torn off?
Well, my only guess is that it was the most important part and somebody didn't want anyone to see it. Let's continue our investigation.
Alright, let's look at this. Unlocked case. It's full of various biological reports. Let's look at the fishy tank. The water tank smells like something once lived in there. Perhaps someone was using it to raise some kind of creature. A water creature? We never really see anything like that besides the sharks. Will you take the fish hook? Yes. Various types of fish hooks. So we had this little puzzle thing to do. It's pretty simple. You just got to do the old switcheroo with these things. Will you take the lure of a bee? Yes. A collection of insect specimens. There's a switch underneath, press it. No, we don't want to do that just yet. What we are going to do is combine the lure with the hook to get the lure of the bee. And then we pick up this thing, which is the, will you take the bee specimen? Yes. Assorted fishing lures. So some silly Billy has replaced the fishing lure with the actual specimen. So we're just fixing up their little mistake. And this time we are going to press the switch. And voila! We get this thingy-madoo. Ah, now the bee comes to life. You don't really have to worry too much about the bee, just don't be too slow. Yes, we will take the wind crest and just run the hell out of there. Easy. And now we have a little bit of backtracking. We now have to go back. We're going to take care of the plant now. So we have to go back to the save room and, you know, get the chemical and all that stuff. But, yeah. But until then, I may just discuss what exactly I'm planning to do with these Let's Plays. Like, I really want to eventually get to the point... Oh god, I'm going to have to dodge these guys again. But I want to get to the point where I can upload, like, videos, like 1 or 2 Let's Plays every single day. Yeah, I can get around him. So, I may start off slowly, like just uploading one of these videos every day or 2. Same thing with other Resident Evil games, like I'm starting with this one, and then I'm going to do Resident Evil 2 Remake. But, the thing is, like, I don't exactly have storage to be able to make so many videos at once, because these videos, like, I swear, the last one was over 4 gigabytes in size, and I like to collect them and keep them, you know what I mean, just in case anything happens, like I lose something gets taken down, or for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what the reason is, but, you know, things happen. So, I like to keep all of the Let's Play videos I make in storage, so I have them forever. And I don't exactly have like a lot of space to just keep them all over my laptop right now. Like these things are going to chew through the hard drive so quickly. So I need like an external hard drive to be able to keep all of my videos on and just keep stacking them up. Like just keep collecting them and just probably end up with like 100 damn hard drives laying around the place. Enough of that banter anyway. Let's get on with this. So we want to replace that with the chemical. And we're going to change the crest for the musical score. So we're going to be doing that piano thing soon, playing the old piano. But first things first, we are going to take care of that damn plant. And to get to the plant, we have to go to a place that we haven't been to yet. We have to unlock it. I forget if there's zombies. No. There's the mention key. I don't think there's zombies in here just yet. But they come crashing to the window later. I think. Will you take the battery pack? Yes. Like, I remember where to go and what to get. I just don't remember all the little details. Ah, see, the zombies, like, pressed against the window. They come through later. Maybe actually on the way back. So let's go through here, and the plant's going to be here. Now, as you can see, he's a big ugly sucker. We don't want none of that. So we're going to dump this chemical in there. Into the water, and then we press the switch. The lid on this water pump is open. Pump the water, yes. Which way will you turn the switch? Select red and... Die, bitch. The mutant plant is no more. So now we can get past him. And on the other side is... the death mask. So we have 2 out of 4 now. Will you take the death mask? Yes. Let's examine it and see which one it is. It's a death mask without eyes. Okay, it's that one. So 2 down, 2 more to go. And as you can see, there are a lot of herbs here. We're not going to take any, but like if you're a bit of a noob, like if you're not really good at the game, I think you have more than your fair share there to get you through like the entire game, I think. Oh, zombies! Here we go. I knew they were going to show up. We're just going to duck into this room here. Run to safety. They can't get us in here, but they will be waiting for us on the way out, so you have to be careful because they're very close. And god damn it, I hate this freaking room too. Grab the ammo that's here. We don't really need it, but we'll take it. Sure, why not? Well, you didn't just give yourself away there. That ruined the surprise. Keeper's Diary. May 9, 1998. Played poker last night with Scott and Elias from security and Steve from research. Steve was a big winner, but I think he was cheating. Scumbag! One of the higher-ups assigned me to take care of a new creature. It looks like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. When I threw in a pig, the creature seemed to play with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before actually started eating. Ugh. Nasty. At around 5 AM, Scott woke me up, scared the shit out of me too. He was wearing a protective suit. He handed me another one and told me to put it on. Said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. I just knew something like this would happen. Those bastards in research never sleep, even on holiday. I've been wearing the damn spacesuit since yesterday. My skin's getting grimy and feels itchy all over. The goddamn dogs have been looking at me funny, so I decided not to feed them today. Screw 'em. Animal cruelty right there, bro. Went to the infirmary because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on it and told me I didn't need to wear the suit anymore. All I want to do is sleep. Yeah, I think you're screwed. I think they set you up. Found another big blister on my foot this morning. I ended up dragging my foot all the way to the dog's pen. They were quiet all day, which is weird. Then I realized some of them had escaped. Maybe this is their way of getting back at me for not feeding them the last 3 days. Oh man, if anybody finds out, I'll have my head handed to me. 3 days, man, seriously? May 16 now. Rumours going around that a researcher who tried to escape the estate last night was shot. My entire body feels hot and itchy and I'm sweating all the time now. I scratched the swelling on my arm and a piece of rotten flesh just dropped off. What the hell's happening to me? I think you're a zombie. Fever gone but itchy. Today hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy itchy. Scott came ugly face so killed him. Tasty. Itchy tasty. Awesome. I'm so happy we've read that weird crap, but that's another file down. Okay, you want to make sure you try and stick to this side towards the bed to try and avoid the zombie straight away. Don't worry about the items, just run. Ah, we did it. It's not so much the first zombie that comes out of the closet. The zombie that comes out of the closet. Hang on, we'll get past this guy. That's easy. Just stick to the wall. You unlocked it. It's not the first zombie that comes out of the closet that you have to worry about. It's usually like the other one. He has a high chance of grabbing you if you're not careful, so just be careful there. Yeah, it's a terrible room. I don't like it. I'm just going to let the zombie grab me and then stab him. I fell over. That's just going to waste more freaking time. But what we want to do is try and blow his head off if we can. I think this one has a high chance of that happening. Yeah! Okay, so we get our dagger back. Will you take the dagger? See? Hi. We. And then we're going to run down here. And we're going to unlock the door that leads to the kitchen downstairs. We're not going to go down there. Because we don't want to, like, trigger a zombie event and everything. There's no further use for this key. Discard it? Yes. And we don't exactly need to go down there, but it will come in handy to have that unlocked later on. When we return back to the mansion. But you don't need to go down there just yet. Just unlock it and just run back to the dining room. And by unlocking that door, you create space in your inventory, so it's good for that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to collect this what do they call it? Emblem. Will you take the emblem? Yes, we're going to take the emblem, and we're going to go back out here. And I think we're going to play a little bit of the old piano now, which is why we brought along the musical score. Oh, a zombie tries to come out of there. Use a magic key. A zombie comes out of that room eventually. I think he does. Maybe he just keeps banging on it, but just ignore it. It doesn't really trouble us. Don't bother us none. Wooden counter made of oak. It gives off a pleasant aroma. Like fine wine. Well, isn't that ducky? Okay, an expensive looking grand piano. Well, before we can play it, we have to actually collect the other part of the musical score. So we need to move this. And there it is. Will you take the musical score? Yes! And now when we combine the two together and examine, we can see sheet music. It's titled Moonlight Sonata. And that's what we're going to play. And it's much better to play this part as Jill, because on Chris's, you know, Chris can't play piano, and Rebecca has to practice for a little while, so you have to come back later. But with Jill, the master of unlocking things, and the master of piano. That was brilliant, Jill. Thank you. And we open the little door. There's going to be a note down here first. This is from Trevor. This is part of Trevor's diary. 11 days have passed since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a meager plate of food and said... Oh, this was 1967. Wow. Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons. That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only 2 people that know the secret of this mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family, I hope they are alright. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. How could I be so careless? I lost my favourite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalised just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait, even as I am writing, my memory is coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in the lab coat said something like, most likely your family is all ready. I pray for their safety. Somehow I managed to get out of that room, but getting out of this mansion won't be as easy. I have to get past all the booby traps. Boobies. Tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember for my own sake. No, you're telling me, for your goddamn sake. I'm the one having to resolve all this shit. Will you take the gold emblem? Yes. And again, another trap where if you take something, something bad happens to you. So you have to switch, change, put the wooden one in. It opens. We beat yet another repetitive trap. Hey, it may sound like I'm complaining a lot about this game, but I do have respect for Resident Evil 1. I mean, I'm not a huge... Oh my god, can I get through the goddamn door? I'm not a huge fan of the first one. I mean, my favourite was always the second one. Like, I like 2, I like 4. I actually like Code Veronica X as well. That's actually a pretty good one. I think that one's kind of underrated. It gets forgotten about. And I like, you know, 7. The remake of 2 especially. Anyway, let's put this gold emblem up here. And it does stuff to the clock. It opens it up. And we get to tinker with it. Let's go tinker with the clock. Yeah, I do have a lot of respect for the first Resident Evil. It's just I'm not that huge on it. When the two have run each other through, the path to your destiny will open. We saw that earlier. It looks like you can turn the gears inside the clock. Try it? Sure. Why not? Which gear will go large, turn it which direction will go left. It doesn't really matter which one you turn. Keep turning, yes, large, left. As long as you just turn one of them, like, in the same direction twice. You just have to make it 6 o'clock anyway. That's like the end of that great big mystery. 6 o'clock is the answer. And then the clock moves, and we get another mansion key. And also another reason why I poke fun at this game so much. I do it to pretty much any game I think that I do commentary for. A lot of it's just for entertainment purposes, so there you go. Anyway, I think what we're gonna do now is head back to the save room. We're gonna go through the top of the dining room again, and we're gonna go back to that save room that's at the bottom of the stairs, and we're gonna dump some stuff off, and we're gonna save again. Because I think it's actually been a while since we've saved now, hasn't it? Feels like it's been about half hour or something. So I think it's about that time. We go back and save. That zombie is still walking around clueless like a dumbass. We're just going to ignore him throughout the entirety of the game. Actually, I think he disappears when the hunters arrive. Because eventually 2 hunters spawn at the top of that area, and I think the zombie disappears. So maybe they kill zombies. I don't know. Maybe hunters and zombies don't really get along. They aren't buddy buds. They might fight. So let's dump off what we don't need here, which would be, let me look. Well, we obviously don't need the handgun ammo. We can throw that out. And I think we'll just get the ink ribbon and go back and save now. So I'm going to save now, and I'll see you guys in a second. Ahaha! We are back. And in a few minutes, we're going to face the giant snake, the one that attacked Richard earlier. Before we go, though, we are going to get rid of our guns, actually, because we're not going to be using them. We need to leave a lot of space, because what we do want to keep is the masks. So we're going to take the 2 masks with us. And we're going to collect the other 2. And we're going to do that right now. But first things first, we're going to head back to where Richard is. Let's go see how Richie Boy's holding up. So we're going to head up the stairs. And you'll notice that Jill runs... I'm sure this is common knowledge. And everyone pretty much knows this. But Jill runs faster when you don't have a gun equipped. Which is pretty cool. So you can also use that to your advantage to getting around zombies and stuff. And you don't want to leave through the hall... on the other side of this room where we just were. Hi, zombie. Because, you know, that's where the Crimson Head... Like, he'll be right next to you as soon as you enter the hallway. The Crimson Head will be right next to you, and you'll have other zombies to deal with. And it's just a real pain in the bottom. So, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. So, you want to go through this way. Back across we go to this door. A lot of backtracking, I know, but it's a survival horror. What can you say? They all pretty much do it. Resident Evil and, you know, even Silent Hills are really, really guilty of backtracking. So let's see how Richie in here is holding up. Hello, Richie boy. Richard is resting peacefully. Well, as long as it's peacefully. Surely just leave him alone for now. As long as he is resting peacefully and he's not dead. Like, as long as he's actually breathing, it's all good. We didn't kill the zombie in here, so I'm a bit paranoid. Is he Crimson? Oh, he's still dead. Okay. You used the Manchu key. There's no further use for this key. Discard, yes, and enter. This is where the snake is. But I was sure that that zombie would have been a Crimson Head by now. It's been dead for a while. That's kind of cool. Gonna have to deal with that. Hello. So this snake's name is Yawn, which I never really knew until recently. I thought it was just, you know, snake. Giant snake. But its name's Yawn.
Payback time.
Because we saved Richard, he's now going to help us. All we have to do is just run around. First thing we want to get is the Crimson Mask over here. So there we go. We only need one more now. Just keep running around the pillars. Oh, I was going to say, surely he's not dead already. That was pretty quick. Just keep running around here. Stay the hell away from his head, obviously. That's the dangerous part. Because he's got fangs and venom and all that bad stuff. And eventually Richard will kill him with the shotgun. Which then becomes ours. So we won't be completely unarmed. Oh, I'm getting into a bit of a predicament. No, that's okay. I just don't want to be too close to his tail either. God, hurry up and die, man. There we go. I wasn't counting how many times it takes for Richard to take him down, but it happens. Uh-oh! He was faking. God damn, what a way to go, huh?
Richard!
Eaten by a snake. And we have to be really quick here, so quickly grab the gun. It's shiny. Will you take the assault shotgun? Yes, it's going to be like our main weapon from now on. And then we just leave. And look at that. The snake doesn't even really attempt to even attack you for like 10 seconds while you pick up the gun. So, you're fine, you're fine. Equip the assault shotgun. That is our primary weapon from now on. And all we have to do now is get the final mask, which is going to take us to an area we haven't been to yet. The one with the paintings and stuff. Ah, Christ, there's a zombie in here. He's just going to always be there from now on. Except there is a moment in the game where he like busts through the door and he enters this corridor, but whatever. For fuck's sake. I'm so over this zombie. He's really pissing me off. What about this one? Oh, thank God. If he had grabbed me, I just would have like lost it. Because that would have been like all of my defense daggers used, I think. Or maybe you switch over automatically to the stun gun. I don't really know. Anyway, let's go down these little steps. Go through here. The doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart. Go through anyway. Oh yeah, if you exit this door, if you enter through this door too many times, it permanently jams. But later on, Barry fixes it, so... Whoop-de-doo. Who gives a whoop? Let's go down here. And zombie! Hey! Headshot decapitation. That is awesome. You used the mansion key. There's no further use for this key. Discard. Yes. Let's go solve some painting puzzles, shall we? Because after this, we get the final mask and we're ready to rock and roller. Now, this section isn't too incredibly long. There's only a couple of paintings you need to click on. A picture of a Valiant wearing a bracelet. It's set in yellow stained glass. There's a switch here. Press it. Yes! Picture of the Valiant has turned orange. So there's only like, I think, another 2 more. So you want to skip these ones, go around, and click on this one. I think it's the prince or something. Oh, a picture of a saint wearing a crown. It's set in yellow stained glass. There's a switch here. Press it. Yes. It turns green. The picture of the saint has turned green. And this one, a picture of a sage wearing a necklace. It's set in red stained glass. The switch here, press it, yes. The picture of the sage has turned purple. And you just want to click the last one. Lisa, protected by the 3 spirits. A picture of a woman wearing a bracelet, a necklace, and a crown. There's a switch at the bottom of the picture. Press it. Sure. And this wall opens, and on the other side, on the outside, we will find the final mask. Will you take the death mask? Yes, and now we have all 4. And this is really awesome, because now we can unlock this. We use the lockpick on this gate, and now we can use it as a shortcut whenever we need to get from like the outside to the inside. Trust me, it makes life a lot easier from now on. So much easier. But for now, we're just going to head down back to the tomb. And we're going to awaken evil, because we decided to go through with the crazy plan to solve the puzzle to awaken evil. That is what we are doing. Jill thought it was a genius idea. So let's put the mask back on the things. The stone statue with a hole where the eyes should be. So we want to use this one without the eyes. Done. Evil awakens a little. Where the eyes, nose, and mouth should be. So we want to use that one. Evil awakens a little bit more. Christ, there's a lot of blood in that coffin. A stone statue with a hole where the nose should be. Let's put that one there. Evil awakens slightly more. And of course, we'll use the last... Not necessarily use that. What? Where's where the mouth should be? Why can't I use it? Oh, there we go. I don't know. It's the hitbox! It's the hitbox, I told you. It's slightly off. Okay, let's go see this awakened evil, and we'll have a fight now. With the Crimson Head! This is the very first Crimson Head we're about to kill. They're not that difficult. Like, they're not insanely difficult. So there's 1, 2. Oh, Christ. He got a hit on us. Hey, there we go. Dagger. Oh, the dagger killed him. There we go. 2 shotgun blasts and then a dagger stab to the head. And that's all she wrote. So, as you can see, like, they're not incredibly difficult, but they are kind of fast and annoying. Will you take the shotgun shells? At least we got more ammo for our shotgun. We really need that. And inside the coffin, there's a switch. We will press it. And it opens the gate. There's something here. Will you take the stone and metal object? Yes! Of course we will. Now let's examine that. Stone and metal object, an emblem is carved on the octagonal object. No, that's all. Not much information given there. But I think that's all we really need to do for now. Before we continue any further, I think I'm going to save it. So that means that we're going to backtrack through this way. And what I think we might do is actually call this episode a wrap. That is it. We're going to go back and save where the serum was near the stairs. So we'll go over there. And in the next episode is where things, in my opinion, get a lot better. The next section of the game, when you actually leave the mansion. I honestly feel like the mansion is the worst part, even though it's like the main part and it's supposed to be the scariest and it's the main highlight and the main location and the big highlight of this game. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I honestly think things get better when you leave the mansion and you go to like the residence, you know, the hut, and you go to the underwater water plant, the underground water plant with the sharks and all that stuff. I think that's the next area is like my favorite part of the game. So I'm really looking forward to playing that again and going through there. So all I'm going to do right now is I am going to get the ink ribbon. Probably should arrange this, but couldn't be bothered. But we do need the crest too. And the ink ribbon. And we shall save. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end things here. And as always, keep rioting!